Sandy, just a question here for you. I mean, for Zelensky to say we have to send our sons and daughters there, and for him to say it's dangerous to think that we don't have to send the amount of, the amount of aid that we've been sending there. He says it's dangerous for Americans to question him about the aid. If Ukraine loses, the U.S. loses. How much of that should we buy? I mean, it just seems like, look, they propped up this guy. He was a comedian. He was a degenerate. He is a degenerate, a comedian. They put him as president, and they make him out to be this sort of messianic figure. I think NATO and the U.S. got who they wanted. They wanted a guy who was going to play the part and do the role that they wanted him to do. Sandy, what do you think?
Very true. The ridiculous part of this whole thing is that the United States is bankrupt. We don't have any money, and yet we're spending billions and billions of dollars and sending it over there. And I mean, how do we know what's even being done with that money? I can guarantee you, I've seen this happen in so many corrupt nations where basically whoever's in charge takes that money. It was like Marcos in the Philippines, takes all the money and runs, and I'm just afraid that that's probably what's going on here.
This is the government of South Vietnam the same way.
Jacob, Janet Yellen shows up out of nowhere. Where does this lady get
$1 billion instead of going to the people of East Palestine, Ohio? She goes to the Ukraine.
Yeah, and then Biden shows up there too. I mean, it's just one after another, photo op.
But they don't go to the border or to East Palestine, Ohio.
Yeah. She says she's working on seizing $300 billion from Russia on bank assets by freezing their accounts to help the Ukraine rebuild the country. I don't think they're going to rebuild anything except more missiles, more corruption. But what exactly is NATO supporting in Ukraine? What exactly are they supporting?
It is alleged they're looking for a regime change within Russia. But it is also hinted that the reason for that is Putin, for all of his faults as an aggressor, and he is an aggressor, is not a supporter of globalism, of the WEF. And there is a truth in that.
Yeah. See, it's interesting. It's embroiled in this sort of globalism, nationalism, and push. Sandy, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I mean, it's interesting now to watch Zelensky. They're attacking inside of Russia.
Yeah.
And you were showing me a clip of that, and it's a very interesting development.
Yeah, let me go to that real quick, because Jay, what's your take on this? I know we've talked a lot about geopolitics and things like that it sometimes is out of our scope because a lot of the stuff is in the shrouded in the smoke of war. We really don't know what's happening, but we definitely know Moldova, Romania, some of these states are in deep danger because of what Russia said in Ukraine. Sandy says, has been attacking inside Russia now. What do you think? What's the next domino to fall, do you think?
Well, the fact that so much money is being poured into the Ukraine, all I can take from that is that we have come to a point where a wider conflict is unavoidable.
Oh, man.
You don't invest that much money into a single state unless you're ready to use it as a beachhead. And the previous administration, for all its faults, really tried to dismantle NATO, because NATO itself is, it is going to push for that Cold War era thought. And now that you have this administration revitalizing it, pouring billions back into it, well, look where we are. We're right back at the precipice of where we were in the 1960s, except now there is a real threat of World War III.